A random student locked the classroom door and said, "Who in here is ready to dance?" "Excuse me? Who do you think you are?" Kane pulled out what looked like a plastic gun from his backpack. It was semi-transparent and had weird ridges. A 3D printed pistol. That's how he got it through the metal detectors. "Sit down. I'm teaching today's lesson. Everyone step up." Nobody moved. We were all frozen. "Move the desks! Now!" We scrambled to push all the desks to the back of the room. My hands were shaking so bad I could barely grip the metal legs. Jaslyn was crying. Donovan kept looking at the windows, but they were 3 stories up. Kane connected his phone to the projector. The Just Dance logo appeared on the screen. "We're going to play a game. Whoever scores the lowest dies." Everyone started crying now. Some kids dropped to their knees. "Please don't do this," Cassie begged. "Stand up. When the music starts, you dance. The worst dancer gets shot." The Rasputin song started loading on YouTube. The animated figures appeared ready to dance. "Wait," Eric said through tears. "How do we know who scores lowest? It's just a YouTube video. We don't have controllers." Kane smiled. "I'll know. I'll be watching." The music started. Everyone began copying the moves frantically. Arms swinging, jumping, turning. We looked insane, but nobody wanted to score lowest. I was next to Mrs. Copeland. She wasn't moving. "Dance," I whispered. "Please dance." She stood completely still with tears running down her face. "Mrs. Copeland, you have to move," Jaslyn begged. Other kids noticed and started pleading with her. "Please, he'll shoot you." Mrs. Copeland looked at me and whispered 4 words. "Pay attention to his gun." I glanced at Kane. He was watching everyone with this sick smile. The gun was in his right hand. Because it was 3D printed and semi-transparent, I could see inside it. There was only 1 bullet. The idiot had printed a gun that could only hold 1 bullet, probably all he could figure out how to make. The song ended. Everyone was panting and crying. "Pathetic," Kane said. "Especially you, Mrs. Copeland. You didn't even try." He pointed the gun at her. She closed her eyes. The sound was louder than I expected. Mrs. Copeland fell backward, blood spreading from her shoulder. Kane turned to point the gun at Cassie, but nothing happened when he pulled the trigger, because there was only 1 bullet and he'd just used it. I tackled him from behind. His head hit the floor hard. Donovan jumped on his legs. Jaslyn grabbed his arm. Then everyone piled on. Kane was screaming, but he couldn't move under 25 students holding him down. Eric ran to Mrs. Copeland. "She's breathing! She's alive!" Cassie called 911 on the classroom phone. "There's been a shooting at Jefferson High, room 302. The shooter is restrained. We need ambulances." The cops arrived in 4 minutes, but it felt like hours. They had to pull us off Kane, who was crying now about his arm being broken. "This might be the dumbest criminal I've ever seen," one cop said, looking at the 3D printed gun. 1 bullet? Really? He just ruined his entire life. He won't see the outside of a cell until he's 50. They seized Kane's 3D printer from his house. His computer had searches for "how to make scary gun," an easiest 3D gun to print. He downloaded the simplest file he could find, but the FBI already flagged him and reported him for his searches. We all visited Mrs. Copeland at the hospital. She was sitting up when we got there with her arm in a sling. "You saved us," I said. "You knew about the 1 bullet." "I teach history," she said. "I know what real guns look like. That plastic toy could barely hold itself together, let alone multiple rounds." "Why didn't you dance?" Jaslyn asked. "Someone had to make him waste his only bullet. Better my shoulder than someone's head."